Your future with Elon Musk has been revealed. Open before midnight. If these words have reached you before midnight, it is not random. A quiet orchestration has led your eyes here, invisible cadence has drawn your spirit forward. You have felt the pull for days, weeks, years, an ache that whispered there was more, a tug that said timing matters. Tonight, it does. There is a door opening, and it bears your name. It swings on hinges you cannot see, yet each turn has been calibrated by a wisdom older than time. This message is not a coincidence, it is an invitation. It is alignment in motion. There is a phrase that will echo through your memory long after this moment passes. Your future with Elon Musk has been revealed, open before midnight. Not as a headline for fame, but as a signal fire for function. Not as spectacle, but as stewardship. Not as chance, but as calling. You have waited longer than you admit. You have held tears in sacred rooms, whispered prayers to ceilings that felt silent, and walked through nights that refused to break into morning. You wondered if anyone saw, if anyone knew, if all your faith would end in the average. But heaven has been watching. Your breath has been counted. Your footsteps have been guided. Your name has been written on pages the world has yet to turn. God says, I did not forget your prayers. I did not miss your midnight questions. I did not overlook your goodness when it cost you comfort. I needed to prepare your heart for something large enough to reshape the way you think about yourself. There were delays, yes, but they were not punishments. They were training grounds. They were incubation for vision. They were strength building so that when the weight of this moment arrived, it would not break you. You are ready, more ready than your doubts will admit. Tonight, the veil thins. Tonight, timelines cross. Tonight, the orbit of innovation meets the gravity of purpose, and in that meeting, destiny takes form. Elon Musk appears in this alignment not as an idol, but as a symbol of acceleration. His name in your story is not about celebrity, it is about momentum, about what happens when daring meets design, when audacity meets assignment, when the future bows to the courage of a prepared heart. A motif moves through your life now, before midnight. It is a threshold, a turning of a key. You are standing at the border between waiting and witnessing. You can feel it, the hum in your chest, the awareness in your skin, the unusual peace before something new. You are not imagining it. The convergence is real. Listen closely. God says, I am aligning you with people of power and wisdom, with hands that can build and minds that can translate wonder into mechanisms that serve humanity. The years you felt unseen were not abandonment, they were protection. I hid you because you carry something sacred. I kept you from rooms that looked like opportunities but were actually traps. I allowed rejections that felt cruel because I needed to preserve your integrity for a stage that requires a pure voice. You are stepping into visibility, but you are not being exposed, you are being revealed. There is someone who has been aware of your light from afar. They have felt the nudge to pay attention, to follow quietly, to wait for the right moment. That moment approaches. Not a theatrical entrance, but a precise move, the kind that changes the temperature of a room. Your name is being mentioned in conversations you have not entered, in spaces you cannot yet see, among people who recognize what you carry. Heaven has already introduced you. The earth is catching up. Open before midnight. You have been hearing it in small ways, repeated numbers on clocks, dreams that refuse to dissolve upon waking, the sudden arrival of ideas so bright they keep you up past exhaustion. Threads of coincidence have begun to braid themselves into a rope strong enough to pull you forward. Do not dismiss it. The whisper you hear is not weak, it is focused. The wind that carries it is not random, it is ordained. There are two rivers in you, faith and imagination. Tonight, they merge. What you believe about the invisible and what you envision for the possible are not enemies. They are partners. They are the bridge between heaven's intention and earth's transformation. You will cross by both. This is not about worship of a person. It is about the architecture of destiny. There are moments in history where names become signals. Elon Musk in your story is a signal, a beacon that the horizon of your life is widening, that your creativity is being invited into the workshop of the world, that your resilience is graduating into influence. You are being aligned with systems, stages, and structures where your voice and vision can multiply impact. Pay attention, influence without humility is a cliff. You have been trained to walk the edges without falling, to carry weight without becoming heavy, to speak truth without losing tenderness. This is why the pressure has been intense. This is why the silence lasted longer than you thought you could bear. You were not being punished, you were being fitted. Open before midnight. There is a sound to your destiny, and heaven has been amplifying it. At first it was a murmur, now it is a drum. It will become a song that others can hear. The right ones will know the melody. The wrong ones will find it dissonant and drift away. Do not chase them. You are rising into an altitude where deceit cannot breathe. Jealousy cannot tolerate the air. Only those who carry sincerity and vision will stand beside you there. God says, I am removing the spirit of delay from your life. What took years will take months, what took months will take days. Acceleration is not chaos, it is precision at speed. You will not be rushed, you will be moved. Doors will open that you did not knock on, not because you are favored above others, but because you were faithful when no one watched. Every seed you planted in secret is about to bloom in public. There will be signs. A message that feels slightly out of place but strangely right. A headline you didn't expect. A conversation that veers into the exact topic you've been praying about. A mention of a project, a mission, an idea that sits precisely at the intersection where technology meets transcendence. Observe without anxiety. Peace will be your confirmation. Some will not understand this season of your life. Their confusion is not your business. Their misunderstanding is not your assignment. Validation does not live in their approval. Your mirror is heaven. Look there. Your story is not a straight line, it is a constellation. Every point, every rejection, every delay, every miracle, every closed door, has been arranged so that when someone steps back far enough, they will see the shape of purpose glowing where once there was only scattered light. The stars have not changed, your perspective has. Open before midnight. You may feel a holy fear. That is the tremor that accompanies the unveiling of what you were built to carry. Your courage does not mean the absence of trembling. Courage is decision, your decision to move with the tremor rather than wait for it to stop. You are not stepping into a storm, you are stepping into clarity. The winds that rise will be behind you. You have asked, "When is my time?" Heaven answers, soon enough to feel like a surprise. Long enough to respect the process. Exact enough to honor the math only I can do. The tables you will sit at are not accidental. The projects that find you are not random. The people who step toward you are not guessing. They are following a blueprint written in the secret place. And the headline that will mark this threshold, "Your future with Elon Musk has been revealed," will come to you not only as words, but as arrangement. It will show up in a collaboration that makes unusual sense. It will sound like a question that unlocks the best answer you've carried for years. It will feel like an invitation that asks for your excellence, not your exhaustion. It will combine audacity with integrity. It will make the complicated simple and the distant near. Make room. God says, prepare your mind with focus, your heart with humility, your space with order. What I am sending is precious. It cannot sit in chaos. It will not thrive in crowded rooms. New peace will need new practices. New visibility will require new boundaries. You are not shrinking to fit old containers, you are expanding into accurate ones. The angles of your story are changing. You will be seen from above rather than merely from the side. Do not be surprised when solutions you've crafted privately become models others adopt publicly. You have been incubating blueprints that can be translated into systems. You have been stewarding insights that can be scaled into impact. This is the conversion point, from idea to engine, from dream to design, from faith to framework. Open before midnight. There is a conversation happening about you in a room where devices glow and minds race, where decisions ripple across continents. Someone says your name. Someone else nods. A third person opens your work. Silence, then recognition. The momentum shifts. It does not matter whether you are present. The right kind of recognition travels without you. The right kind of timing does not ask permission, it arrives with authority. You have feared being overwhelmed. You will be sustained. You have feared being misunderstood. You will be clear. You have feared being unprepared. You are more ready than you feel. You have feared losing yourself. You will become yourself. God says, do not romanticize struggle. Honor it for what it taught you, then release it. The point of wilderness is not to build a home there. The point is to learn the sky. You learned. You watched the clouds for signs of rain and learned to plant in drought anyway. You stayed faithful when applause would have distracted you, when convenience would have seduced you, when shortcuts would have stolen your future. You chose the long road. That road ends at a gate. That gate is now open before midnight. Here is what will not go with you across this threshold. Self-sabotage disguised as modesty, alliances that cost you clarity, bitterness disguised as wisdom, and fear disguised as planning. You will carry courage and discernment instead, twins that travel well. You will carry curiosity and discipline, tools that build what imagination reveals. You will carry kindness and boundaries, bridges and walls in the right places. In the days ahead, you will sense the choreography of something larger than you. The phone rings at an odd hour. A name you wrote down months ago resurfaces. An old conversation gains new meaning. A profile you barely noticed suddenly becomes necessary. These are not random. The hand behind them is steady. The notes gather into a score. You have been prepared to stand where influence meets integrity. You have been readied to work where technology meets transcendence. Your assignment is not to impress, your assignment is to illuminate. Influence is a byproduct of fidelity to purpose. Fame is a loud room, impact is a life-giving one. Choose the room that feeds truth. The season of hiding has ended. The season of hurrying will not begin. The season of holy pace has arrived, fast enough to feel the wind, slow enough to see the view. Acceleration without panic. Progress without frenzy. Momentum with mindfulness. Open before midnight. You will feel an unusual mercy for yourself. Not indulgence, mercy. A softness that allows growth to be joyful, not punitive. A permission to learn out loud without being reckless. A commitment to excellence without making perfection a prison. This mercy will guard you from cynicism and keep your innocence sharp. God says, you are stepping into a sequence I have authored. Each step triggers the next. Do not rush. Do not stall. Do not compare. You are not late. You are not early. You are right on time for you. Every attempt you thought failed seeded a field you could not see. Every loss you feared buried was actually planted. It is sprouting. When you hear the phrase again, your future with Elon Musk has been revealed, allow it to remind you of alignment, not attachment. Allow it to represent a frequency, not a fixation. Allow it to be the sign that what I promised you is entering a phase where scale meets soul. The connection is not about proximity to a person, it is about proximity to purpose. It is not about standing next to a name, it is about standing next to your calling. There will be a project that looks like a bridge between worlds, ideas that seem too spiritual for the boardroom and too practical for the sanctuary finally finding their place together. You will be invited to translate wonder into working models, compassion into companies, reverence into research, prayer into prototypes. You will discover that excellence is a language both heaven and earth respect. Expect the subtle to precede the spectacular. The first door will feel ordinary. The first conversation will feel natural. The first confirmation will arrive as peace, not fireworks. This is how heaven protects the sacred from spectacle. The greater the assignment, the quieter its entrance. You will recognize it by its fruit. Open before midnight. Your capacity is stretching. Your willingness is honored. Your gifts are waking in full daylight. A sense of inevitability will replace the noise of doubt. You will say the same things you have always said, and suddenly they will be heard. You will do the same work you have been doing in private, and suddenly it will be seen. It is not that the work has changed, it is that the season has. God says, I am making the path straight before you. Not easy, straight. Curves will remain for beauty, obstacles will remain for strength, but confusion will not govern you. You will know which invitations carry life and which carry ego. You will know which rooms are assignments and which are distractions. Your yes will be clean. Your no will be kind. Your endurance is a currency. Your patience is a passport. Your integrity is a key. You will spend them wisely. You will travel further because of them. You will unlock what others only knock upon. You have earned neither grace nor favor, but you have been faithful. And where faithfulness sits, favor finds a seat. In the architecture of this moment, you will notice the symmetry. The very skills you gained in obscurity will solve problems at scale. Your quiet frameworks will stabilize loud ventures. Your habit of listening will keep the whole project human. Your reverence for truth will protect the mission from becoming a spectacle. This is why you were chosen, for capacity and character, for vision and virtue, for daring and devotion. Open before midnight. There is a kind of courage that looks like stillness. You will practice it. There is a kind of boldness that looks like softness. You will embody it. There is a kind of leadership that looks like lifting others. You will live it. The mantle you carry is not heavy when love holds it. In the hours to come, someone will reach out, or a piece of news will land, or a door will shift on its hinges. Whatever arrives, meet it with gratitude and clarity. Remember what you asked for, and honor how it arrives. The sacred often shows up disguised as ordinary. The miracle often walks in on the feet of process. God says, I am sending confirmations and patterns you will recognize, dreams that pick up where old ones left off, numbers that remind you of promises, phrases that echo in unlikely places. I am not teasing you. I am training you to notice. The world will call it coincidence, you will know it as choreography. Where you are going, bridges will be necessary. You will build them. Between teams and timelines. Between markets and missions. Between code and compassion. Between starship scale and village heart. The future bows to those who can connect what appears incompatible. This is your grace. Open before midnight. You will be tempted to explain yourself at every turn. Don't. Let your work speak. Let your posture speak. Let your outcome speak. Those who need explanation are not always opponents, they are simply not tuned to your frequency yet. Your task is not to be understood. Your task is to be faithful. Understanding follows faithfulness. Your pace will shift. You will discover that rest is not the opposite of progress, it is its engine. You will build rhythms that sustain brilliance without burning it. You will guard the quiet that feeds your creativity. You will treat your attention as a resource and your wonder as a responsibility. You will become a curator of your own atmosphere. There will be praise. Do not inhale it. There will be criticism. Do not swallow it. Breathe the air of purpose, not the smoke of opinions. Praise and criticism both can intoxicate. You will remain sober. You will remain kind. You will remain exact. God says, I am entrusting you with rooms that require both daring and reverence. Do not choose one. Walk with both. Be the rare person who can speak future without forgetting first principles. Be the rare heart that can honor mystery without fearing metrics. I have wired you for this. The phrase returns now like a bell. Your future with Elon Musk has been revealed, open before midnight. It arrives not as a boast but as a banner over a corridor you are about to walk. It is permission to pursue the kind of work that blesses more than it brands. It is a reminder that heaven can use earthly vessels to accelerate destinies. It is a nudge to accept that your life is larger than your comfort zone, that your calling is bigger than your personality, that your assignment is more spacious than your history. You will feel a warmth in your chest when the right alignment appears. The peace will be unusual. The excitement will be clean. This is your clue. This is your green light. Move when peace arrives. Wait when it leaves. That is how you will know. Open before midnight. From this threshold, look back once. Not to grieve, but to honor. Let gratitude chase the shadows from memory. Every desert taught you how to find water. Every winter taught you how to locate the sun. Every closed door taught you how to build one of your own. Nothing is wasted. Not one thing. From this threshold, look forward. Not to fret, but to prepare. There is room on the other side of this midnight for your full brilliance. There is work that needs your laughter. There are teams that need your courage. There are problems that yield only to the exact synthesis you bring. There is joy ahead that will surprise you with how steady it feels. From this threshold, look up. Not because you are small, but because you are a part of something enormous. You are aligned with a cadence that blends eternity with enterprise, spirit with solution, hope with hardware. You are stepping into a timeline where miracles and metrics collaborate for the good of many. God says, I have placed guardians on your path. Helpers seen and unseen, mentors whose sentences will save you years, friends whose loyalty will anchor you in storms, angels who move in the margins making way where the way seems thin. Do not be afraid. You are not alone. Your vow matters. Say it quietly if you must, to serve rather than shine, to build rather than boast, to lift rather than leverage, to seek truth rather than trend, to love the people your work touches. Make this vow and keep it. It will keep you. Open before midnight. Soon, a message will come that opens like a window. The air will smell like possibility. The light will fall differently on your day. You will step through and realize the room is larger than you imagined. The ceiling will be higher. The view will be wider. The pace will be right. You will recognize this as the place your prayers were pointing. This is not the end of mystery.